changes, you know? It gives us an opportunity to flow a different way. Berserker there with that dancing grenade trying to clear this wave. Doesn't want MIBR to get that wave clear, that push. However, Isles just standing firm, does not want to let Ackerman in. Ooh.
Stab of the weak force of will. Ghost from Saint. Wow, he really wants this. Looking for the solo. Feisty. Close. But no options as Saint decides to get himself canonized with a kill against Feisty.
That's it. Pops that Ghost. Gets that flash out of Feisty. Follows up with his own flash immediately. And is able to take out Feisty. And with that first blood, secures the bounty bonus as well. Good wall there.
Yeah, it is. And again,
the roles have been reversed. Normally, top lane is the quiet lane, but right now, it's the bot lane that's quiet. It's just these ADAPs playing against one another, just trading, and nothing much is coming of it.
And again, this is another draft where Zest has gone for a very aggressive 1v1 range matchup. I want to smash lane type pick. And again, you're up a bit of CS. It's not a huge amount, but it's there. And again, you are a TF. You just get more gold by cheating with the stack deck. Isles is back topside. They're trying to defend Dokla a lot more aggressively, and Zest will get a gold card. But unfortunately, it's still the Football World Cup occurring, and a red card is given to the TF.
But what I really like is that they punish that TF because he had to burn his flash when Inspired pathed around earlier. So they remembered that and they're like, you have no flash, this hook lands, you are dead. So really good job there. Unfortunately, Isles did get that gold though.
Saint does have the Ghost just out of range of the crash, and the Shattering Strike is there, but there's nothing like a Magnet Storm there, so Saint does get to back away. And look, the moves from MIBR just haven't led to that much right now, as LYON 2 for 2 right now as far as that goes, and a big pickup on Zest does keep Dokla in a much better position. This is not the unkilled 15 kill Vayne that was running the rift just around it. Oh, Zest just turned up, and unfortunately Inspired still here. This talent may be supremely displayed. There's a gold card waiting. Dokla trying to stack this one up. Out comes that gold card, trying to stack through a few more of those. The audacity, and what was that about a supreme display of talent? Easily done. Inspired gets another.
And that was really well managed, right? They were patient with it. They tried to wait out that gold card, and then ultimately, once it was used, they went in and took Zest out. It's almost like they flipped the script, right? Because this is what MIBR was doing to Dokla in game 1, and now LYON is doing it back to them. It's almost like, how does this feel? Have a taste of your own medicine. As Isles sends the hook, goes wide doo-doo, safe on that bot side. But let's take a quick look at the vision control, because the next Drake of the game up in 20 seconds, so a fight for mid lane priority. And there's a lot of pinging happening around the Drake. As we go to this replay on this topside gank, this was pretty clinical. They were waiting out the gold card, Dokla getting some chip damage, stun comes out, then they go in. Dokla gets that aggro. He's the one who can take more damage, and it allows Inspired to get that kill on the board.
And again, with the new age of Kiana, that Profane Hydra, guys, it's a little outdated. Go towards the Voltaic. It feels so nasty on her, especially with that ability to throw out an Edge of Ixtal. Get that from range, get those big chunks. You can do so much work with it. At this point, it feels like the Kiana off to the races with that first strike as well. Once you do start snowballing on the would-be Empress of Ixtal, you just keep rolling.
That's it, that's it. Gold leads across the board in favor of LYON as Inspired just secures that second Drake. LYON, this game, are on to the Drakes, like ASAP. They're not even letting them chill, as it will be a Chem Tech Soul, which means LYON will be just a little bit harder to kill. Getting that damage reduction,
Ackerman from behind as well. Isles now in a difficult spot, does have that depth charge, but unfortunately, there is a, not supreme display of talent, the other one, Unleashed Power, that comes on forward. Saint gets stunned, Cataclysm's in, Saint left a little bit Inspired, uses the Cataclysm to make sure everyone is supremely displayed in a morgue. The turnaround, though, was Berserker, and of course, Dudu managed to turn this one around a little bit. Dokla gets knocked up, but not knocked down quite yet. Ackerman ends up allowing Dudu to get the double. Doodler in the form of Ruler is the way the CBLOL fans love to call him when he's popping off, and that's 2 kills to the good.
Yeah, ultimately a 3 for 3, so it was an even trade at the end of all of that fighting. MIBR lost at 4, LYON at 6 right now, and the gold lead has swung into MIBR's favor, albeit 500 gold, and that was off the back of their initiative, but you called a really good thing there. Ackerman with that deep flank angle from behind the red buff, left Isles absolutely no chance to escape.
Yeah, Isles tries to do the same here, but Ackerman waiting this time until Isles is going to have to run away. Feisty could theoretically come up here, actually. The Aftershock's worn off. Force of Will went towards Berserk, didn't quite land it, but the Dark Sphere does land. But look at the replay here again, and we'll see exactly the flanking cavalry charge comes on in.
Yeah, as you said, just comes around from the north side of that map. Dare I say, not even needed, but by virtue of his presence, it keeps Inspired out. But then, MIBR looked for more, and with a massive supreme display of talent coming out of Inspired there, and Berserker ran all the way from bot straight into the mid lane, pops that ultimate and is able to get a kill there for himself. Deadly Flourish obviously missing, but just well played from both teams. MIBR lost to initiate and engage, LYON to follow up, get something back and punish them for their hubris here.
And it's a much more even game than the last time. Doka nearly at the Mega here. TP's flying, Berserker looking for the angle. The Mega Gnar still not quite here. This TP could be very deep. Curse with the flag and the drag straight into hell. And MIBR keep on fighting and rolling. Inspired is down. It's regicide. The princess is dead.
Yeah, that was such good timing from MIBR. They took out Doka.
And Berserker's now in danger. Result does manage to cleanse on out the Deadly Flourish. He might be able to get a reload and look for some more. Feisty around makes this perhaps less of a possibility. You saw what they were looking for, but they'll decide to pull away. They get kills. They get...
Shoes Ackerman away as LYON start to show up.
Saint, no teleport, does have Realm Warp. Feisty up there matching them. They managed to find a pick though. Isles, oh dear. No man is an island, but unfortunately he's very alone, and Isles finds himself amidst a few too many members of MIBR.
Look, Isles is from Australia. He knows what it's like to be on an island. Unfortunately, the enemy forces here were circling, and they were too much for him to bear. So Isles goes down, gives the numbers advantage over to MIBR. They take the Drake, and they're here to contest this Rift Herald that Inspired has started up.
Feisty is here, Curse is not, but Inspired little nerves are sitting in that pit. Out comes the Glacial Storm, the Destiny, followed by a gate, a gold card onto Doka. In comes that Robo. The hook is blocked by a Crystallized. Doka goes Mega though. The supreme display of talent goes on a monstrous journey. Is that Pangea or what? It's a continent out there. Sate on the side with the Ghost rolling, throws out some overloads. The mount up there from Ackerman denies scattering of the weak. Makes things a little bit interesting on the disengage. Ackerman over the wall. And just about a disengage here, but the Herald's still up, and it will be LYON in the river.
That's it, LYON chasing them down. MIBR make good their escape. After that Rift Herald tussle, I'm going to call that one, it is still a 2-kill difference. Zest was the one to go down from MIBR, and LYON, they just start this Rift Herald straight back up. They get it and secure themselves that extra jungle objective here. So, Drakes, 2 to LYON, 1 to MIBR. Rift Herald over to LYON as well. So they could use this to crack that mid lane tier 1 if they want and really open up this rift. Threat now, 2 items for both of the bot laners for each team. Rod of Ages for that Dudu at 6 stacks, but it looks like LYON want this bot side tier 1 before they drop that Rift Herald, which is still... Oh, they've dropped it now. They want to crack open this bot side tier 2.
They might also drive it in towards that tier 1 in mid. Going to try and come through the boy here. Zest is waiting. The wall. Inspired now in danger. Gets crashed down on. The Magna Storm is there as well. And the Glacial Storm follows. The inclement weather will continue. And I don't know whether it's an umbrella. The curtain call, though, comes on down. It makes it a 1-for-1 right now. Picture in picture. They see Feisty. Picked up the tier 1 top side. And it makes it, again, a very even trade.
Yeah, Feisty stayed on that top side to make sure he got that one down, but that wall from Dudu, again, blocking.
You need to get in that kitchen at some point. Berserker caught on the wrong side of the Crystallized. Isles gets onto Dudu, the root follows, and maybe we've spoken a little too soon. Curse jumps on Inspired, prevents him from getting over. Dudu gets supremely displayed on a wall. The egg is there, it's yet to be cracked. Zest with the gold card, the Resurrection's there, the Magnet Storm. Saint in danger, does manage to ghost away, and somehow, someway, the Anivia survives.
Zest, gold card.
Doka. He's got to go down the Realm Warp. They finally bring down the Syndra. You got halfway through a sentence and suddenly the violence continues again. Flash away from the Ferromancy crash down. Redirect on the Flag and Drag. Saint keeps going. They finally kill the Inhibitor. Berserker with a 4th shot goes in another 1-for-1. It's 4 dead on each side.
Saint's going sicko mode. He's chasing Ackerman down. He wants everyone from MIBR here.
We'll be able to crash down over the wall here, I think. And that will be all she wrote for now. It does mean we reset and go again, because you know what? The Dragon's still up.
What is this madness? But I really hope we get a recall. There was a picture-in-picture moment where Zest gold-carded Dokla on the Gnar after he'd committed the TP. He stopped Dokla from getting into the fight, which critically gave them that numbers advantage and won it for them. He did eventually get there, though. Here it is again. We see Berserker, as you say, get caught on the wall. Great hook. Here's the TP. Watch it. It gets cancelled. Dokla never comes through because Zest has gold-carded him. A great display of talent from Inspired to sort of kick this fight off. Berserker safe at range until he isn't. Zest marches forward to finish off Isles, and Berserker has to respect it. Dokla, having walked up from the bot side, is able to pinch and maneuver MIBR here, and there's already a few members that are low. Dokla, he does die, but it buys Saint and Berserker space and information. They know where the members of MIBR are, and it's a 2v4. And LYON took the fight.
Incredible. Really, really was. In that picture-in-picture, we just saw Soul Point secured by LYON as well. Back to life. And what do you know? There's some action happening. Curse managing to flag and drag through some of the CC. And Spide's gone really deep. That is not talent. That is death. The absolute opposite of it. He dies. A shot down on Saint. Oh, no, no, no. That's the mid-jungle god. And, you know, Baron's up. The curtains are cool. But it might be LYON taking a bow here.
LYON, Berserker is just sitting in the back lines, plugging away. They're 3v5 right now. It's up to MIBR to press their advantages, and it looks like they want to try and convert this into the Baron. Dokla doing his best to poke out Feisty, prevent this Baron, but I don't see what they can do. They don't have a jungler. They cannot contest with the smite here.
No, they cannot. Baron being slow, but it's being done. Feisty, Ackerman zoning off. The hook is wide. Isles doesn't find it. Dokla a long way away from the Mega Gnar. Berserk is still very scary here. The 4th shot would likely be a dead rel, but the crash down gets enough for shield. The Scout of the Week is there. It's a 3v5. How aggressive are MIBR feeling? Very aggressive indeed. Isles goes down.
The wall comes down, trapping Isles, but they're not done yet. LYON gold-carded. Sorry, Berserk with gold-carded. That's it. He did respawn as the Baron went down. Dokla goes mega.
They might be able to get a mid-tier 1. Inspired still reset, like stopping these resets, stopping these backs, Baron empowered or not. Mid-tier 1, TP comes flying. LYON might be looking to push more. It gets very deep indeed.
Zest though, span an angle. They're going to catch LYON.
And out comes the Glacial Storm and Dokla goes down. LYON trying to find something, anything. And all they find is another grey screen simulator. Saint slowed down.
Wall.
The Crystallize is there. Doodoola indeed. He gets a nickname for Ruler. He's ruling the Rift. Berserker spreads and tries to run away. But unfortunately, the power is unleashed. And Jin collapses under the weight of Syndra's raw magical might.
That is a 120 stack Syndra. That execute is online, and my goodness, MIBR took the fight, took the Baron, and then some. They get themselves that mid-tier 2 turret, and it is wide open right now. LYON don't even have the mid-tier 1.
Logan, MIBR are in prime position to knock LYON out 0 and 2. The second seed from CBLOL are turning up here in an elimination series.
That's it, but we go to this replay. Inspired over the wall into the backline, but as you said, he was too deep. LYON weren't sort of ready to back him up there. MIBR, they handled that so well. They answered the immediate threat, collapsed, took care of it, and then backed away. And then LYON, feeling confident in a 4v5, still kept pushing the point. But we are back. The Baron power play at 4.4k. MIBR, they're moving forward, they're advancing, they're clearing out the vision. They do not want LYON to have an angle back into this game.
And look, normally you'd say, well, maybe Soul's a win condition. It's ChemSoul with a team that doesn't really abuse ChemSoul very well. Maybe the Rise.
Yeah, I mean, that Chemtech Soul, obviously a little bit of damage reduction. Nautilus would love that. But the way they keep trapping with these walls...
Oh, boy. Ackerman might be trading his life here and will go in with the Magnet Storm. So get some CC, Jane, and you'll take a support for mid lane trade. Doke tried to get on over. Big Dokes looks a little bit more short in stature today, has been struggling. It's a better game from him, but better is not winning.
That's it. A really good play there from MIBR. Obviously, Ackerman, you know, they thought they found an angle on him, but he turns it around, gets that Magnet Storm onto 2. The wall goes down. They're able to take out the mid laner of LYON. So a really good outcome. And it feels like right now, we're at 36 kills at 27 minutes. That's about 1.3 kills a minute there. Really high kills, and you love it, right? And it feels like LYON isn't comfortable in this constant fighting, whereas MIBR, it's like they're thriving here. They're like, we will fight you at every possible opportunity. As we get to see this replay of this collapse and that wall. Dudu's pick on this Anivia has been absolutely phenomenal. He knows what he's doing. The slows, the environmental control, and LYON just don't seem to have an answer for this right now.
Look, game 1 was about Zest. Game 2 is about Dudu right now. What an incredible Anivia performance, and credit to PEYZ as well for the comeback. The Syndra is well online. Soul available, but for LYON, I just don't know whether that's the win con.
I almost disagree. I almost think game 1 was Zest. Game 2 is every single member. Look at the kill participations. Almost every member is in every fight.
Goku tries to get in with the Maganar, is denied. He finally gets a shove on in. That's a pickup for Zest. The Supreme display of talent, but the damage! Oh, the damage! LYON, the Bride, it's being routed. Saints, he's going to the grave. You might be canonized, but you'll be looking down from heaven.
Berserker, the only one left alive on LYON, and it looks like MIBR want to end it here and now. They've got the wave. They don't have Baron-empowered minions. The Baron is up on the Rift, but they are going to... The TP is being committed. They've taken the Tier 1 inhibitor turret. They will take this inhibitor as well.
Berserker survives, but he is in a 4 versus 1. The weak have been scattered. LYON have been scattered. And look, you lost. You might be made in Brazil. You could be being forged in Paris. Can you convince it? Can you confirm it? Berserker just on the wrong side of the crystallize. Yeah. The respawns. Nexus turret 1 falls, the other stand, and I think the game continues just about.
I think that LYON have put up the defense, that ultimate as well, coming out from Isles there, bought them a little extra space, a little extra time. The fact that they couldn't get Berserk on the right side of that wall, it means that MIBR, they have to respect it. They've backed away, but they are at 9k up. They're here, though, to prevent LYON from getting the Dragon Soul here. If LYON get this could keep them in the game a little bit longer. Yeah,
the hook comes in, but it's just wide. The crystallizer's there. If they can get themselves a soul, then maybe in comes the Destiny Gate. They get the gold card onto 1. The weak got scattered again, and it's a double for Zest. Oh no! You've gotten soul, but at what cost? Everything! Absolutely everything! LYON are massacred! Skins, rugs on the carpet!
Berserker, the only one to survive again here, but MIBR are in commanding control, performing dominantly here as Curse looking to close out Berserker. He does not want to go down. The only member of LYON left alive in a final stand.
From a game away from top 2 at MSI to crashing out 0-3, MIBR made in Brazil. Loss, win, 2-0. They survive, LYON die.
LYON, the 3rd place MSI team, go completely defeated here today at EWC 2026. They did not win a single game. What a faltering here for the LCS representative. MIBR stood tall in the face of adversity.
On the other side of this, though, for the CBLOL, who went to MSI and FURIA turned up, got some late game moments where perhaps a team fight here, a team fight there, could have turned things around, could have gotten them the wins. It didn't happen. It's the 2nd seed. It's lost under this umbrella organization here at EWC. It's a new tournament.